So, just as a reminder, the World of Light campaign and the Spirit Board aren't the only places to get spirits. You also have the Challenge Board, and while I haven't mentioned that in ages, there are a bunch of challenges on the board that I've been passively completing that have unlocked spirits for me to then battle on the Spirit Board. One such spirit is the Masked Man. This is the form Klaus takes after becoming resurrected and resuscitated by the Pig Mask army, and of course brainwashed, in Mother 3. So this is basically the second half of the Klaus battle, now taking place in New Pork City to represent his newfound allegiance. So in order to unlock this challenge and this spirit, I had to simply beat the adventure mode. That's all you have to do under any circumstances, and that will unlock you this Masked Man battle. So yeah, battle's not too tricky. Or at least it wouldn't be if I wasn't terrible at playing Lucas and spamming his PK moves in the wrong direction. So yeah, this is a pretty simple battle, but for most of this episode, we are just going to be focusing on spirits found through challenges. Some of those challenges I'm going to have to go out of my way to do as well, because they are things that you would never do by accident. Get choked out by psychic powers. And here we have Manaphy. In order to unlock Manaphy on the challenge board, we have to unlock all of the fighters. So Manaphy is a mythical Pokemon introduced in Generation 4. And Manaphy's whole deal, aside from having a pre-evolution, is being a water-type Pokemon who can use the move Tail Glow, which is super busted and massively boosts Manaphy's stats. It can also use Heart Swap to swap stat changes. Very OP stuff. So this spirit, the Dragoon, is unlocked by completing every single battle in the Worlds of Light campaign, which we quite literally did in the final episode. So yeah, the Dragoon appears in the game Kirby's Air Ride, one of the best Kirby games, don't at me. And in said game, it is the legendary Air Ride machine. That is to say, a very, very potent flying vehicle. It also appears in the Smash series, as you can see, in parts. If you get all 3 parts, you get to fly through your opponents with a reticle, basically instantly killing them. So yeah, the Dragoon has been in Smash since Brawl, and one of the best items, honestly. Really changes the dynamic of a match, because it becomes a game of keep away, of trying to keep your opponents away from a selection of items that, when put together, will cause you a lot of grief. And of course, I'm not going to give this 4-star spirit the chance, no way. To get this spirit, I had to beat both Gleam and Darkon together without losing a single stock, which I did on easy mode, because F doing that in general, that's really, really hard. So yeah, I did that off screen, and here is Mew. Mew is the very first mythical Pokemon, introduced in Generation 1. It was actually added into the game in complete secrets. So it is that much of a rare Pokemon that even some of the devs did not know that it was there. And after the game was out for X amount of time, it was then revealed that there is a super powerful secret Pokemon in there that you can only get through events. Several years later, a glitch was discovered that allowed you to get Mew, which kind of undermined the whole thing. But anyway, within Pokemon's lore, Mew is super duper impossible to find rare, hence why we have the constant fog rolling in. We're playing on the jungle level from Donkey Kong simply because Mew's DNA was found within the jungle and used to clone it, creating Mewtwo, who is in Smash. So if you weren't already sold on the idea of Mew being incredibly important to the series, its enhanced clone is one of the most iconic Pokemon of all time, and a representation for the series in Smash. And while it no longer holds much competitive weight, Mew in Gen 1 had unmatched adaptability and versatility, complementing its embryonic design. And oh my god, that was close. That was too close. Alright, so this next challenge was based on my collecting 777 spirits, something I did ages ago, but just haven't gotten around to actually fighting Dr. Wright. So Dr. Wright is the mascot of SimCity for the SNES. This, of course, was a city building simulator game, so that's why we're currently fighting on New Donk City, which itself is a big, bustling metropolis. And, yeah, we have all these villagers to represent the people living within your city. And Mr. Right himself appearing to summon buildings to attack me, so pretty much everything is on point. Mr. Right is very much based on the American video game designer Will Wright, who was integral in creating the SimCity series. And, yeah, some of y'all are probably thinking, wait, is this EA representation? Because, you know, Maxis is now owned by EA. Not so much, because, yeah, Maxis back in the SNES days was just a third party, not owned by anyone. So get out of it, EA. No Smash rep for you, yet. Now, here I am in normal Smash mode, kicking the ever-loving crap out of a small army of level 1 Pichus. It's not because I'm filled with bloodlust, I promise you that. It's because it's going to complete me a challenge. The challenge is to get at least 3 KOs within a single minute. I got 55 within 3 minutes, so maybe that was a little overkill. Maybe there is some pent-up anger that I need to deal with in a more healthy fashion, but it's fine because I completed the challenge and unlocked the Goo Goo Buggy from Mario Kart Double Dash. So this was the signature vehicle of Baby Mario and Baby Luigi. And in Double Dash, where every character had a unique weapon tied solely to them, these babies had the Chain Chomp. If you were lagging back, they would pull out the Chain Chomp, who would do exactly what you expect a Chain Chomp to do. Drag you around and nosh on all of the other racers. So, yeah, we have Chain Chomp in the center there to represent their special ability. And we have All American Mario and Puke Green Luigi to represent the babies. Here is Classic Mode. I've not shown this off in any regards, which is wild, but Ultimate's Classic Mode is amazing. Every single character has their own preset battles to go into to represent that character. K. Rool's in particular has you fighting against all of the heavyweights, including Galleon at the end as a heavyweight final boss. And yeah, the reason I went through Classic Mode with K. Rool is not for the crown, for Claptrap. Claptrap is one of the basic trash tier minions in the Kremling army. One of K. Rool's little underlings. You can kill them in one hit by jumping on them. Or slam dunking them in this case, so that is fine. Back to normal battle mode. Here I am fighting against DDD. Here's a challenge you would never get on purpose, because why would you engineer this situation? But the challenge is to defeat a level 5 or above computer in a one-on-one battle, starting with 300% damage. Why would you put yourself through that on purpose? Why would you create that scenario? I don't know, but it does complete a challenge for us. Didn't have to do it with Kirby, I just wanted to. It gets us Ariel. Ariel is Link's little sister, appearing in The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. She lives with Link and their grandmother on Outset Islands. And early in the game, Ariel is kidnapped by Ganondorf's rock by accident. He was actually trying to go for Tetra or Zelda and accidentally ended up kidnapping a bunch of other young blonde girls by accident. Good going, Ganondorf. Good bird you have there. Good, well-trained birds. The worst part is, upon, realizing, oh, these aren't the right girls, he doesn't, send them home. He's just like, you can live in this tower, whatever. I don't care, I'm Ganondorf, I have better things to do. Back to Classic Mode again. I'm trying to mix things up a bit, so not doing all the classics in one. Here is Greninja's Classic Mode. And for this one, it's not a case of actually just beating the Classic Mode for the challenge. I have to complete this bonus game that every character has to do with at least 80,000 points, which is surprisingly easy to do. The end of the challenge mode actually gives you a ton of points that you can't even avoid, so it's very hard not to get through this with a good number of them. And I don't get them all by any means. I try to get as many as I can, but yeah, these little gold orbs are just they're just everywhere. And not particularly hard to just goodness sake. Not particularly hard to barrel through them all. Anyway, this section here always gets me, because you have to try and hit this little purple here, and then get to the next section in time before the square falls on you. There we are. That gets you quite a lot of points there. Those little golden orbs up there, I still don't know how to get. I've never known how to get those. They look like they're squared off. What am I supposed to do with those? Doesn't matter. I have 50,000 more points than I actually needed to get. So, yeah. We take down Master Hand, and we complete Greninja's classic mode. And complete his challenge. Lovely stuff. So, oh no, it was at least 98,000. Even still, that's not hard. And here is Lugia. Lugia is a legendary Pokemon introduced in Generation 2, the mascot of Pokemon Silver. Lugia, despite being the guardian of the seas and being very in tune with the seas, being found in the Whirl Islands, in the sea, is not a water type. It is a psychic and flying type, so essentially it serves as a very bulky and defensive counterpart to Mewtwo, or at least kind of serve that purpose in Gen 2's meta. And yeah, it is nightmarishly hard to kill. Lugia is a really tough mon. It has Recover to offset its incredibly high defense and special defense and HP. So killing Lugia without stats effects is tricky. Genuinely very tricky. And yeah, this battle has us battling against a big Falco to represent the big burb legendary that is Lugia, and on the Great Sea, where Lugia hails from. Here's Jigglypuff. For this battle, I'm going to kill Jigglypuff with a Judge attack at level 9. That's all you had to do for this challenge, take down an enemy with your Judge attack. Win a battle with level 9 Judge. Which isn't hard to do, because upon pulling out level 9, hitting your enemy will guarantee their death pretty much. So, yeah. In doing so, we get the Flagman, not to be confused with the Judge. Flagman is a Game & Watch game in which you had this little pirate-looking fellow who would pull up flags, and you had to copy those flags. It was Simon. It was just a game of Simon. You just had to remember the numbers and repeat the numbers back. So for this battle, we have all of the Game & Watches spamming their up A, and you also have the S flag spawning in. S flags are an item you don't see a lot in Spirit battles, and with good reason, because while they take a day and an age to actually use, they do give you a stock. So this battle could hypothetically go on for way longer if a bunch of those Game & Watches use those flags to give themselves more stocks. That could have been a worry, so from one Game & Watch Spirit to another, for this one, we have to get 20 consecutive hits in training modes. And I kind of realized that the best way of doing that, and I didn't look this up, I just sussed this out myself, was to use Game & Watch's Janky Jab with some heavy characters. There's a good combo of 144 hits, so a little bit over the 20 I needed. I always aim to overachieve. That gets us the lion. Just looking at it, you can probably gather what this Game & Watch game entailed. You had to keep a bunch of lions in pens with chairs, else they escape and start biting your face. So for this battle, we're actually fighting on the Game & Watch stage when it's transitioned into the lion game. So don't hit either one of those chair-wielding Game & Watches, they hurt on contact. And yeah, we have both a Game & Watch and an Incineroar to represent Game & Watch and the lion. So for this challenge, we have to do it in the boxing ring, and we have to do it with Little Mac. KO Punch. Take down an enemy with a KO Punch in the boxing ring is that challenge. As simple as it gets, really. Something that could feasibly happen by accident. You could accidentally get that challenge done. Doing so gets us a Punch-Out Spirits. We get the Bear Hugger. The Bear Hugger is a Canadian lumberjack appearing in the Punch-Out series. His most defining trait is his large belly, which is immune to right hook attacks. So yeah, you can't just slug this guy in the stomach to hurt him, which makes the choice of K. Rool all the more fitting because of how much body armor K. Rool has on his belly. Now, the next challenge is to beat 3 advanced level spirits on the spirit board. without using a team, so these next few battles are just on the spirit board. This is Lotus from Warframe. Lotus is a guide for the Tenno, themselves cybernetically enhanced ninjas, hence Grey Fox there. And it is revealed that Lotus is in fact a sentient named Natar, a former enemy of the Tenno who, after a change of heart, essentially adopts them, taking on a motherly role towards them. Here we have Daisy May. Daisy May is the successor of Joan in Animal Crossing New Horizons. So Daisy May's whole deal is selling you turnips. She gets you into the stalk market. And that's how you can break Animal Crossing New Horizons, by making all of the money. So yeah, for this battle, Daisy May is the little villager. And Peach, being kind of ghostly and throwing turnips, either represents the stalks themselves, or represents how, you know, Joan is a successor to her grandmother who has since passed. I hope that's not the case, that would be very sad. But you know what, it would make sense with the ghostly Peach, so yeah. Peach was the one playing Joan in the Joan battle. It was only here that I realized that, oops, she's just an obvious battle. I still need to take down 2 advanced battles, so here we go. First is Flick, also from New Horizons. Flick is a bug enthusiast as well as an artist. And as such, if he appears on your island, you can sell him bugs for a nice high price. If you give him enough bugs, and if he's happy enough with you, you can even pay him to sculpt bug-based statues for you, so that is pretty cool. Here we have a very bug-heavy battle with wasps and beetles, similar to the Agatha battle from Twilight Princess, but instead with a Yoshi to represent Flick the Chameleon. And here, we have a ring from Ring Fit Adventure. The ring is the source of your power in said game, and in real life, the thing that helps you get jacked. And, yeah, within the game, not only did it seal away Drago, the main antagonist, but also... What the hell are you doing? But also it could summon big disembodied limbs in battle, hence the invisible Bayonetta. That fight would have gone on longer if the AI didn't just shit itself. Here is Karin. Karin, appearing in the Street Fighter series, first appearing in Street Fighter Alpha, is Sakura's rival. She is a very snobbish, haughty character, very much obsessed with victory, as encouraged by her family. But in spite of that, she's still a good character. She has a heart of gold, and she has a unique fighting style. So yeah. Anyway, now time for Century Smash. For this, I have to take down 100 jobbers in a row, and I have to do so relatively quickly in order to complete this challenge. So, here we go. This is where I get to beat up so many Hitlers, so many Turbo Vickies, so many me's, just me, myself, Davids, so yeah, here we go. Occasionally actual characters will spawn in as well. They're a little tougher than the generic jobbers that are appearing, but yeah, they're still quite easy to take down if you just get a nice clean hit on them, especially with Ganondorf, who is powerful enough to take down most normal enemies in one hit, let alone weakened ones, so... Oh my god, this Pikachu, don't you dare kill me, Pikachu, don't you dare! Ooh, that was too close, that was upsettingly too close. I need you to be dead now, I need you to be dead 5 minutes ago. There we are. Gotcha. So, that is the Century Smash, the first one I've actually done. Probably the only one I'll do, because there's no more challenges tied to them. And yeah, for doing it within 4 minutes, we get the Masked Lumen. This is the masked villain appearing throughout Bayonetta 2. He's able to manipulate time, which, even for Bayonetta, is pretty goddamn OP, and does cause quite a little bit of grief. It is revealed, as the game goes on, that it is in fact your father, Baldur, pulling time-traveling shenanigans on top of everything else, so... yeah, screw that guy. He gets 3 whole spirits in this game by virtue of having a masked alias. That's too many spirits for one dude. And for a shitbag at that. A shitbag dad. So, here we are with Simon and Richter. Normal Smash mode. And for this one, I'm going to finish with Grand Cross. I was just bullying this Richter up to 180% before the Smash Ball actually spawned in for me, as you may have noticed there. But yeah, by taking down an enemy with Grand Cross, as Simon specifically, we unlock another spirit, a Castlevania one. We unlock Yoko Belnades, a long descendant of Sifa Belnades. Yoko, who is a modern-day witch, born in 2011 of all years, was introduced into the Sorrow games. She essentially buddied up with Soma Cruz, and she works with the Roman Catholic Church in order to, you know, seek out and hunt down any sign of Dracula, any sign of him coming back. You know, in a more threatening form than that of a Japanese high school student. Here we have a Jigglypuff, and for this one I just wanted to get to high damage and then win just to show off, but I didn't win, so oops. Uh-oh. Yeah, I got absolutely thrashed on that. Setting up nothing but bombs and lipsticks in the hopes of racking up my damage even higher than it needed to be. The reason it wanted me to take so much damage in one battle is to represent the sandbag. The sandbag, first introduced in Smash Bros. Melee, appears as a sandbag for you to kick the crap out of and practice against. In Ultimate, it will occasionally appear, and kicking crap out of it will give you items. And in the home run contest, which this fight is representing, and I'm going to show off here to show you how accurate that fight was, yeah, you have to wail on the sandbag a bunch, and then smack it with the home run bat to see how far you can send it flying. Since the home run contest was actually patched into Ultimate, previously the closest thing you had to it was that spirit battle. And now you can actually live it up proper, with a sandbag who seems to blush and get all a titter when you smack it real hard. I don't want to think about the implications of that. So, the next challenge I had to complete, and this is a weird one, I have to complete all of the spirit-based challenges, and upon completing that page of challenges, I'll then get a new spirit as a reward. So, there is one spirit-based challenge I've not done yet, and that is leave X amount of spirits on expeditions. The reason I wasn't doing that previously is because A, I don't think the expeditions are really worth it that much, they don't give you as much as I'd like. But on top of that, I was also worried that on an expedition they would end up finding a spirit that I haven't battled yet, and then I would accidentally skip over that spirit and not battle it organically. Now that we've pretty much got all the spirits in the base game, and I do mean pretty much all of them, I don't have to worry about that, so here I am just throwing a bunch of my incredibly powerful spirits on expeditions, just to get that criteria met. I'm actually going a little overkill with this, because of course I am, I do with everything. And yeah, now they're all out for a couple of hours, for 6 to 12 hours each. I get a snack. But more importantly, I get the Smash Ball. Introduced in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, although they did want to actually have it from the original game, the Smash Ball is the item that spawns in semi-regularly, floating around, and when you beat it up, you get your final smash. So really, the Smash Ball is a representation of the final smash as a concept, your character's big, powerful super move. So for this fight, it's a bit of an endurance run of just survive these Mii characters, these generic Miis, who themselves are going to start wailing you with smash attacks. Then again, you do get your own, which is nice, and since I'm playing as Darkon, represented by Bayonetta, how fitting that I have this big terrifying demon to chomp on them with. This is just a match where you need to survive for the full minute and a half, although I am going to still try and get a kill or two, because of course I am. I'm going to show off. I'm playing as the most powerful spirit in the game now, alongside Galeem, so I might as well live that up. While I'm not dodging this onslaught of smash attacks, generic smash attacks, so oh my god, there's 3 of them now. Okay, I'm going to focus on killing you, the gunner, since you're nearly at 100%. Stop dodging me. There we are. Kick to the face. The perfectly timed kick to the face. And that's you dead. Consumed by the darkness. Now I just have to deal with you two. And there's only 10 seconds left. Thankfully, I've chosen a character whose final smash just goes on forever with a very long cutscene, which does help with this fight. And too little too late, my dude. Here we are back at classic mode. For this one, we're going in with Kirby. Doesn't have to be Kirby specifically, but the challenge is to get through the classic mode after eating X amount of healing items. And for other characters, healing items are very rare. For Kirby, all of his matches have a bunch of healing items spawn in straight away to represent Kirby's gluttonousness. So, yeah, that was me just pretty much burning through Kirby's campaign as per usual. And that gets me the pig. The pig comes from a GameCube game called Cubivore, in which you played as a cube, and it was an eat or be eaten simulator. You had to just eat other cube-based animals and grow and mutate so that you could eat everyone without getting eaten. Yeah, literally a game about vor. So, very cursed. Here we have a match where we have a bunch of little Yoshis representing the pigs. They're going to be spamming their B move, which, you know, eats you and turns you into an egg. But I've offset that by playing as Big Boss, the most ravenous video game character I can think of who isn't Kirby. Who in Snake Eater was obsessed with eating everything he ran into. So, yeah. Even the legendary Tsuchinoko, a cryptid, is not safe from Big Boss's hunger. And, yeah, these pigs definitely ain't lasting long. Are you kidding? This military man has been crawling around in the Russian jungle for days. There's nothing he wants right now more than pork, so... Let me just finish all of these off with a barrage of rocket launchers. And that is that. There go the pigs. And the very last spirit I'm going to get, and also the last spirits in the entire base game, not counting patches or DLCs. To get this one, you have to go through Palutena's classic modes, and this spirit is very unique. You can only get it by doing this challenge, and there's no spirit battle tied to it. So, if you lose this spirit, you can never get it back. I thought by this point they'd repatch the game, maybe add a spirit battle in for it, but no, never lose this. Do not lose this one. It is the Daybreak, a 3-part weapon found in Kid Icarus Uprising, loosely based off of the Dragoon from Air Ride, and it lets you shoot a big F-off laser.